Hey everybody, this is Paul Dosky. This is one of the hosts, normally from the regular Everything Horror podcast, but since my girlfriend is not here for another 5 hours, 4.5 hours, I decided to kind of go solo, and this is going to be its own thing, like an off-season, I'm going to call it. But today we're going to talk about The Evil Within with two buddies of mine, one girl. I think you'll really like this one. So let's start this off with The Evil Within. So, I have Crystal and Matt here who both played it. I believe both of them beat it. I know one did. Matt, I forget if you beat it or not, but what do you guys think about, we'll talk about, like, your experience with it and what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and, yeah, we'll go on with that. So, Crystal, how about we start with you, because we got an interesting story with you anyway.
Well, since that was like one of the first horror games I got back into, and actually Twitch, it holds like a near and dear spot to me. Don't get me wrong, it was a pain in the ass sometimes, but it was a really fun game. It kept me involved, it got me scared, so I really enjoyed it. I liked the monsters you fought, even though the Keeper was the worst one I think for me. He was a pain in the ass. I named him Boxy, because that's what, I didn't know his name at the time, so he was Boxy the whole game.
Yeah, the Keeper, yeah.
God, I hated him. But I love him at the same time. I still have my Keeper jacket, so.
Oh, you do? Oh my god, that thing is so badass. I
love it.
Oh my god.
It got on sale, so A, double plus.
Damn right. I think I actually told you about that sale too.
You did. You're the one that told me about it. I was like, oh my god, it's cheap. Let me get it.
So yeah, I'm just want to say.
I enjoyed it.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I just really enjoyed the game. A lot of people gave me a lot of crap, but
really,
you know,
I actually heard good things, just good things about it.
No, I heard people gripe about it, saying that it was just a bad ripoff of Resident Evil and things like that. I'm like, well, one of the guys that did work with Resident Evil worked with this. So,
well,
I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna hold you on that one for a minute. Actually, the guy who directed it, is Shinji Mikami, who actually created Resident Evil. Shinji Mikami created Resident Evil, so if anything, this was supposed to be the next Resident Evil of his. That's the way I look at it. But instead, we got Resident Evil 5.
I wish it was.
Yeah. I remember when Shinji Mikami first announced that he was leaving Capcom, so, yeah. And Resident Evil 4 was his last one. That kind of upset me. Because then we got garbage from then on out of Resident Evil. But anyway, what I was going to say real quick, too, is for people listening, Crystal and I, it's actually really funny how we met. And after we met, we became really good friends. She was actually streaming The Evil Within one night. She was on Chapter 10 during I'm going to call it the boss fight of the car garage. And she just kept failing and failing. And I just remember finally, I'm just like, okay, she really needs help. So I get in to the game and I'll let Crystal take the mic.
So, he got on, and at the point, Twitch wouldn't let me have chat, so he would send me messages. So I had to pause the game and go read the messages, and he was like, look, just restart the level, get all the gear, level up your sniper rifle, and just, you had to shoot in the head or something like this? Some of the body part you had to shoot.
Yeah, it was the head.
Different canisters or something. You're like, just go for the head, shoot and go for the head. So, after, I don't know how many failed attempts I did that, I finally beat it, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, bless you for helping me on this chapter, because I really was getting mad. It was horrible. And then that started a beautiful relationship, and he helped me throughout the game at the end, because I was still kind of dying on most of the chapters.
Well,
he helped me, and I beat it.
Well, I was going to just say real quick, of course I helped you, but, I also gave you, riddles in a way, I'd be like, oh no, look out, two of your favorites, and I even used, the quotations, favorites are coming, and you're just like, oh no.
God. Like I
Uh,
said, I think the Boxy was the worst. Of all of them, Boxy was the worst. Especially at the end when you had to fight two of them.
yep.
That was terrible. Oh my god. I think that part right there I died on almost as much as I did the parking garage.
I remember first getting to that when on my first time, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even know what I even had at that time anymore. I just remember wishing I had more Magnum bullets, and I think I kind of got lucky. I ended up getting enough to craft the explosive bolt, which kind of sucked for most other people because that was actually a pre-order bonus only, which is weird. So
That is kind of weird.
yeah, but I did beat the game also on a Kumo, or however you pronounce that difficulty, where like you could get spit on and die pretty much. Like, like it was just
It's pretty much hardcore mode.
yeah, pretty much. You just want your bundies of diapers and like because you're gonna shit yourself 1,000 times at least because you're just like no, get away from me, don't touch me, kind of thing. Because you just like I said, you can get spit on and die. And I just remember getting to that part even on that mode, but luckily I remembered like what was coming up and I was like smart enough like, oh okay, sniper rifle, Magnum. Those are the really like the two favorites for the end for me anyway. What would your weapon of choice, Crystal?
Mine would have to be the bolt gun. I love the bolt gun. Like the frost bolts and the explosive bolts. Those things have saved me so much in that game. That was probably my favorite weapon. Was that?
What was your favorite level? Did you have like a favorite level at least?
A favorite level? Even though I hated them the most, the ones with the keeper. Like out of all the bad guys in that whole the monsters you fought, the keeper levels were my favorite.
The first time you met them, or the two that like the time where you meet both of them, like which one?
The first one probably, because that was like when I really felt accomplished when I finally beat him. Like, cause I remember I messed up and I thought I didn't have enough bolts, and then somehow miraculously I had enough parts to build them, and I beat him. And I remember I sung "We Are the Champions" after I beat him the first time. So I think the first time I met him was probably my favorite one.
Okay, yeah, so that would
It
have
kind
been
of broke
like
my heart when
chapter 7.
two of them came at me.
Yeah, that was definitely near the end of the game, which I just couldn't believe there was two of them, especially when like one went the other way and one went the other way, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm about to get trapped.
They pretty much sandwich you in hallways if you wasn't careful. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep. What I even hated is, what was it when you defeated one of them, when you met both of them, where like, there was like water or like that like laser disc thing would come at you, and it's just like, oh great, now I got this to deal with on top of the two.
I think it's after you beat one of them. I think like it fills with blood or something or water, and you have to like wade through it.
Yeah. Okay, Matt.
That was also fun, but
Matt, since you've kind of been quiet, what are your thoughts on Evil Within? Did you enjoy it? What's your favorite gun level? What do you want to talk? Let's let you talk.
I like the shotgun.
Which shotgun? Because once again, if you pre-ordered it, you got a shotgun. If you didn't pre-order it, you got the regular one. So
I got the regular gun, I think.
The one that you actually find.
Shotgun.
The one that you actually find in the game, yeah, so the regular.
And then the boss that I got stuck on was probably Laura. I got stuck on her at the first try I attempted her. And then my favorite boss, like, arena or battle would probably be the Keeper. I just thought it was interesting.
I actually enjoyed Laura fight. The one where you had to burn the body, then burn her. Like, I thought that was actually really interesting.
Yeah, that one was really cool, too.
I did like that one. I didn't like when she chased you, though, like through the hallways or whatever.
Oh, the first time you meet her? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, come on now. But she was a pretty fun boss. She wasn't as hard as the other ones to me. I mean, she was a challenge until because if you didn't know to get the bodies and burn them, you didn't know how to beat her. But once you found out the certain way to burn the bodies, and then you could kill her. She got pretty easy.
Yeah, especially if you got her to follow you into the what I'm gonna call the
incinerators.
Yes. If you did that part just right, even too, you would you would pull that freaking lever, she would fall down, and you would hear her scream, and then you're just like, oh crap. Oh man! Speaking of which, I as much as I liked that part. I actually hated that part on Akumo. All the freaking dead bodies got burned, and the incinerator, man. Oh my god, she was a bitch. She was such a bitch. I just remember dying a few times because I'm just like, okay. Like, what am I gonna do to get you to the incinerator? Like, oh my god. But,
I believe I was playing on the mode before Akuma, and I was having a hard time.
What would that be? Nightmare? Yeah, that was Nightmare.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I haven't been brave enough to go to them levels yet.
It's tough, man.
It is. But let's see here.
There was another part in the game that I liked.
Which one?
It was the one with the two brothers, the twins.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. That was a fun part.
I remember on Akumo on that because I remember running past the first one, and then I think you meet the second one before dumbass. I'm gonna call him dumbass because he really is a dumbass. Your partner there, and he's just like, oh yeah, you need to do this, and it's just like, dude. You take your freaking sniper gun and start helping me. Like, oh my god. And I don't know if you guys remember the part even, but the wide open area where if you actually go over to it, you can actually duck underneath and you'll be safe from the two brothers. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Crawl space?
It's during the boss.
There's like a crawl space you get into.
Yeah, it's like if you know where Dumbass was standing, it would be like right across from him where you could literally just duck underneath, and you could actually shoot the stupid brothers too, as long as they didn't really see you. Or if they did see you, you would have to creep back in a little bit. But that's actually how I beat the two brothers on that part. I just freaking peekabooed outside, just be like, hey. Here you go, here's a couple shots for you assholes, and now I'm gonna go back to hide because you guys are coming after me. Yeah. The dog part even, or the wolf or whatever that was, that part was even a bitch too on Okumo. So when I got past that, I was just like, okay. Okay. But yeah.
I totally forgot about the dog part. Oh man.
I found that to be so much of a pain the first time through because I was just like, what are you even supposed to be doing here? Like, how do you
fit into this storyline?
Yeah. And then when you had to go back to get the stupid glasses, I'm like, really? Fuck the glasses. Like, fuck that. But no, of course, you need to go back in for the glasses. Now, what do you guys think of the first time seeing the trailer? Like, if you guys even remember the first trailer, which was pretty much the opening of the game, especially in the beginning where you're looking at the computer feed to see what happened to the security guard. And then What's-His-Face...
I was impressed.
And then What's-His-Face just, slits all three of the cock's throats, in pretty much, 3 seconds. But yeah, what did you guys think of that?
I saw the E3 trailer.
Yeah, I think that was the E3 trailer, I think, too. But yeah, what were your guys' first impressions of it?
I was pretty interested in it. I was like, this seems like it'd be a pretty fun game. It kind of piqued my interest when I first saw it. I was like, this is a game I could probably play and actually enjoy. Because it was just something different compared to some of the horror games now. They're all a bunch of just Five Nights at Freddy's jump scares. Jump scares, jump scares, jump scares. And I hate them kind of games. When I saw this, I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. This brings back old school horror to me. And that's what got me kind of really interested.
Nice. And Matt, you were saying something too about the trailer?
I got excited for it because, like you said, I didn't like Resident Evil 5 or 6. So when I saw this, I was really interested in it. And then when I finally picked it up, I was happy that I got it. So.
Yeah, I was real happy with it, especially that I pre-ordered it to get the special stuff. But not just that, but I mean, I played the game and 100% it twice, even all the DLCs. I don't know if you guys ever played the DLC or not, but we'll talk more about that.
I did.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I played,
Did you play all three of them?
I played Kidman's and I played the Keeper DLC.
Okay.
Kidman's storyline, and then I played the Keepers. There's a third one?
Yeah, there's 3 DLCs. You got the first part of the story, then you got the final part of the story, and then you got the Keeper.
Okay, then I must have played all of them. I think I did at least. I know I played the whole game, Kidman's story, and then the Keepers. So.
Well, the DLC story was with your partner there, pretty much answering like where she been all that time, because she was dealing with her own problem with the company.
Yeah, that's Kidman's story.
Yeah. But yeah, the Keeper DLC, oh my god.
I love that. I love that DLC. Oh my god.
I had a lot of fun with it, and I actually thought it was cool that it went from third person to first person.
It was different. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Matt, did you?
I mean, because I like the Keeper so much, that's why I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah,
I got to go smash people.
I liked the Keeper too, so it was definitely awesome smashing faces in and all that jazz. Matt, did you play the DLC though?
I did not get the chance to play the DLC. I saw that you were playing one time. It looked interesting, though.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely fun. Oh, my God, what did they call that freaking enemy? You know which one I'm talking about, Crystal? The one in the DLC? I think they ended up just calling it, like, White Lady. I think that's, like, what they called it, is White Lady.
I think so. Something like that.
You know which one I'm talking about, though, right?
You talking about the one in the Keeper DLC?
Nope.
You talking about Kidman's?
The kid one. It was like the monster with like the white as a head, and like it was wearing like high heels and shit. And then if you went into its light, it would slow you down.
Oh, the nurse looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What did you think of her?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. She was actually kind of tough because she had like that lamp or light for her face or whatever it was.
Yeah, with the
her
white.
name is Shade.
What's that, Matt?
Huh?
I would ask him.
Her name is Shade. I looked it up.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Shade, also known as White Woman.
Yeah. Okay.
She looks funny looking, huh?
Well, it's Shinji Mikami for you. I mean, he probably had something to do with it, I mean. But, yeah, I know what you mean, Chris, though, when you first, like, meet her and you're just like, what the... like... Oh, man.
I'm just like... Especially, like, in the computer rooms and stuff, when you're trying to get past, like, all the...
when you're waiting for the elevator, like that part?
Yes.
Yes.
When they first, I think it's like when you first meet them. I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell is going on?
I don't think that was the first time you meet it, because I think it was like in that weird desk area, like when you see it like shine its light for the first time through the wall to create the door or whatever. I think that was the first time.
Maybe it was then. Maybe it was
the computer one. I really don't remember the DLC that well, but yeah, you were trying to escape the area or something, so you had to call the elevator, and then the white
load up, like
yeah, and then white woman just comes from the freaking like wall and just goes, "Oh yeah, here I am."
Surprise!
Surprise! Now I'm gonna kill you when I find you.
I did enjoy it. I mean, she kind of like was the keeper for me. Like, she made me mad, but she's probably my second favorite bad guy in the game.
Definitely. But yeah. So we'll take a break from the Evil Within for a second, and we'll just talk about you guys. So, Christo, you have a Twitch channel, correct?
I do. It's
And
Cristello Lovebello.
yeah, so you still stream from what I've seen. What's your schedule like?
It's chaotic with my work schedule. It's whenever I'm not completely exhausted or I'm not fighting for the TV with my old man or my roommate. So it's like Sunday nights and Monday nights if I can get on.
Nice. Now, where can like people find you? Like, what's your Twitch name? So if people wanted to find you,
It's Cristello, CHRYSTELLO _ Lovebello. LOVEBELLO.
yeah,
And you'll see this girl in a beanie looking super sexy in her profile pic.
damn right. You and that beanie.
Those are my trademark, my hats.
Those are like your trademark things. Like without that beanie, it is a no show.
It is. Like, and the whole thing about the beanies was my headset hurts my ears, so I started wearing them as extra padding.
Yeah.
And then everyone likes my beanie, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just wearing my hats. I don't care if it's like 90 degrees outside. I'm wearing a hat.
I'm wearing a hat.
It's stuff.
So, what type of game do you stream besides horror, as we were just discussing? But what else do you like to stream?
I guess whatever tickles my fancy. I do the Tall Tale games. Doing Uncharted 4 right now. What else? I play Overwatch. Kinda okay, like, I get bored with it, but I'll play it every now and then. So it's just a mixture. Mostly it's horror, but I'll play action, adventure, shooters. It just really depends. If it catches my interest now, I'll play it, but my heart lies with horror.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely a horror man too. Which, I got a funny story for you too, Crystal. I actually just platinumed Alien Isolation for the third time.
Oh, God. I have not picked up that game since it beat.
What?
Like, I think I was on board and didn't even ask for it back yet.
Oh my god. It's $20 now. Alien Isolation is $20 now.
Is it really?
Yep. You can go out and get it for $20. 18 used, I think it is. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
It's a good game, but it's a pain in the ass. Like,
yes.
It's worse than it was than, like, I don't know. I think I almost broke my controller a couple of times playing Alien Isolation. Just because I got mad at it.
What I actually hated the most is that Alien Isolation and The Evil Within came out the same month, but like a week apart. First it was Alien Isolation, then it went to Evil Within. I don't know if you guys even noticed that or...
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I don't really remember the release date that well, but I think it was like... Yeah, wait. I think it was like October 7th for Alien Isolation, and then it was October 14th, which... It was a day after my birthday when Evil Within came out, so I pretty much called it like a belated present for myself. But yeah, I just remember playing Alien Isolation for that 1 week, and then once Evil Within came out, I forgot about Alien Isolation. I was so focused on Evil Within, it was not even funny.
I wasn't going to play Alien Isolation until I think you and GLP kept mentioning it to me, and I was like, alright, I'll play it. I think there's someone else that was asking me if I was going to play it too, and I was like, well, there's a bunch of you guys asked me to play it, so I guess I will. I don't regret it, but there was a lot of that part of the games I didn't like how the other people had guns, but you could not pick up their guns after you killed them. Like, it gave it a challenge to the game, but I'm like, they're using it, why can't I use it?
Well, I see why they did the health system the way they did, because they were really trying to make it like a survival horror, which I get that aspect, but, do you think there should have been like more health? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying there should have been like more options and like, more health and more defense, like, because the other people, the other humans on the ship would have a gun or a weapon, and once you killed them, you couldn't take their weapon.
Yeah, that was annoying.
You have the blueprints to build stuff. Yep. But I'm like, how can you not take the gun they had? After they shot me with it.
What did you think of the story, though? How do you like the story?
The story was really good. I enjoyed the story.
Yeah, I liked how
I really liked how...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, just
go ahead.
Here we go. All right, la. All right, I'm just gonna say real quick. I just like the story that it tied in Aliens and Alien 3. Like it actually tied in those in a way because this was about Sigourney Weaver's daughter, pretty much Amanda Ripley, and like I don't know if you guys ever paid attention or seen the movie recently, but if you watch the director's cut of Aliens, you actually see or get a mention of Amanda Ripley for like I think like 5-10 minutes, and then that's it. So it's nice to see like a little tie-in between Aliens and Alien 3, the movies anyway. But you were saying, Crystal.
So what did y'all not like about the game? Like I didn't like that you couldn't pick up the weapons. Was there anything you guys didn't like about it?
Well, before I really get into that, because I think there is something I didn't like about it, and I'm trying to remember it, but one thing I actually thought was really unique, which I don't know if you guys even noticed, but when they were making the alien in Alien Isolation, he wasn't script. They just like made him and just pretty much made him do what it should do, pretty much be a predator.
Yeah, he's random, yeah.
Yeah, he's very random. Like it's not always the same for everybody, which I thought was amazing. That was such a cool concept, and I like the idea that the alien gets smarter when he kills you. So, like, if you pretty much, I was reading like if you go into the same locker every time, that alien is gonna catch on.
He's gonna find you.
Yeah, that alien is gonna catch on. Like, oh, it's this locker. Same with, like, the noisemaker and the flares and stuff. Like, after a while, it will get used to the point that it's like, oh, this asshole trying to distract me. That I did like.
I did like that part about Alien, though. Like, when it hooked up to your mic or, like, your camera, and it picked up noises. So if you made noise, the alien would be able to find you a lot easier. I did like that. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the game.
Yes. And I actually used that to my advantage every time. If I didn't feel like wasting bullets on the humans, I would bang everything I could just so the alien could come and kill them off for me. So let's see. One thing I hated about Alien Isolation, and then we'll go back to Evil Within about that too. But Alien Isolation, I'm going to have to say the androids. Just because of the melee. Just because of the melee. I hated how quick they could react. And it's just like, dude, like, you shouldn't, I don't even think an android really should be that, intelligent, I'll say. Like, how quick are they? Like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't. I don't see how quick they can really just do that. I mean, with a gun, I understand. But, I mean, with a melee, holy crap. Like, every time you go to swing at them with a maintenance mech, they just grab your arm and they're just like, oh, I see an opening, and then they'll, like, bitch slap you in the face.
Yes, I didn't like that either. I couldn't stand them, dude.
Like, I couldn't stand the mission that you had to help me on. Like, we had to, like...
Oh, the reactor.
I guess it was, like, a generator section?
Yep.
The reactor, yes. Oh, my God. I could not stand that little fight right there.
I kind of wish SharePlay would have at least allowed somebody to stream it too, even though it's not them playing it technically, but still. I mean, you gotta admit, you even said yourself, you're just like, I wish I could have streamed that. Because, wow. I think that was pretty much your comment.
It was just...
Yeah.
But
I did play like it was.
Yeah.
It was a hard game. But it was a fun game.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of anything else I would like found interest or about Isolation, but really the Android was like really the only downside I thought. Hard. Okay. I can understand hard being hard, but I mean, 3 bullets to kill you, like 3 bullets. Ugh.
Yeah, you were extremely squishy in that game.
Yes, but like I said, I understand why they did it because they were trying to make it survival, but they should have at least made it a little bit better too.
I
But
think they had the good concept, but I think they just kind of pushed it a little too far for the survival aspect of it.
well, I don't know if you played it, Crystal. Matt, I have no idea if you even played it because I never even knew you at the time. But did any of you guys even play Alien Colonial Marines?
No,
I
I
didn't
heard
play
it was
I heard
bad,
it
so
was
I
a
didn't
terrible
buy it.
game.
Yeah.
What was that, Crystal?
I said I didn't play it, but I heard it was a terrible game.
Yeah, I remember following the game, and I was just so excited, especially when Sega uploaded or showed off the 10-minute gameplay with the alien queen and the aliens inside the ship and stuff, and I'm just like, this is going to be a fantastic game. And then, out of the blue, like, when we finally get the game, like, I don't even remember now, like, almost 10 years later, it seems, like, it just took forever. We just get this piece of garbage. And I blame it on Gearbox. That's right, I'm calling you out, Gearbox. Fuck you for ruining Colonial Marines. And for those of you that don't know why I'm saying pretty much fuck you, Gearbox, it's because Sega gave Gearbox money to build and create Colonial Marines, and Gearbox actually used the money Sega gave them, not on Alien Colonial Marines, no. What they used it on? Borderlands 2.
That was kind of a douche move.
Yep. And then they...
I like Borderlands, but they kind of use it for the wrong thing.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so back to Evil Within. So what did we not like about Evil Within? Did anybody not like anything about Evil Within?
No, I thought it was a good game overall. It made a lot of improvements in the horror genre.
Yeah, I don't have any like negative aspect of that game. Like I said, being the first horror game that actually really twitched and got me back into the horror genre. Like that's probably gonna be one of my favorite all-time horror games.
The only
really no negativity.
I only have like maybe one complaint, and that would be the part where you're in the collapsing buildings, and then you gotta dive in the water while trying to escape through the gate. That's like mainly like my only complaint.
Try to remember that part.
You had to like wait for the gate to start opening up, Crystal, and then you had to start swimming to it. And
okay.
Yeah. And then if you made it in time, the gate would shut. But if you didn't, you would get gobbled up by the creature there that's in the water.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, that's really like the only complaint I had, just because they were just like really, I don't even think they really needed to add that.
I mean, they didn't really need to add the dog part either, but I guess it was just maybe what they call a filler for the game or something. Just to have an extra creeper that you had to get away from.
Yes, but I see what you're saying too, because you only saw the dog once, though.
Yeah, I mean, the dog had really no story at all to that game.
No. He was just like caged up, and then like, you know, you got what you had to do, and then next thing you know, he's like attacking you. It's like, whoa, hold up. Like, a minute ago, he was just fucking sleeping. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember his name now, too. The boss's name there. The guy who pretty much, like, taunt you throughout the whole game. That guy with the hood. I can't even remember his name now.
About Rubik?
Yes, that's his name. What do you think of him I
like Rubik.
Yeah.
The bad guy, like the main bad guy, I like him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my top favorite villains, just because I like the fact that when you're in the house for the first time, and he like taunts you. He like, the house turned like a freaking dark blue or some shit, and there he is. He's like coming after you. It's just like, oh shit.
I mean, I do feel bad. Like, he had to, like, I guess that's why I like him too. Like, they talked about his past and, like, how he became who he was. So I think that you really got to connect with him in a way. So, like,
True.
I like that about him. Like, he had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah, he did.
So.
Oh, man.
I like that.
And then Laura, I mean, that was his sister. Spoiler alert, but yep, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, that ancestral love affair, whatever it was that was going on.
Yeah.
The love he had for his sister was not just brotherly love.
No. Hell no. Hell to the no. But, yeah, but what Laura became, though, oh, man. Oh, my gosh. That bitch.
She became a bitch.
Yup. Yup.
It was good though. I think it was put together well. Like, a lot of people said it was like Resident Evil 4, but I didn't see it. Like, I personally didn't really care for Resident Evil 4 when I played it.
Really?
I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, I didn't care
Wow.
for Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 is probably my favorite Resident Evil.
See, the first and second were my favorite. And after that, it just kind of like teetered away.
Well, I know Shinji Mikami did about 4 Resident Evil games, I'm pretty sure. I really don't remember the stupid spin-off ones, if he had anything to do with them or what, but,
Freaking Raccoon City, that garbage right there.
No, Operation Raccoon City, no. I know he had nothing to do with it, thank God. But, no, I'm trying to remember their names, oh my God. It was like a game inside of a game kind of thing. Like, there was multiple things you could do. Like, one had, like, a zoo in it. One had, like, an apartment or a bar or some shit in it. Oh, it was like the Stumpin' Files. It was like Resident Evil Stumpin' Files or whatever. Like the Dead Files.
I played Revelations.
What is Revelations? Which, I think Shinji Mikami actually had something to do with the first Revelation, by the way. Because the first Revelation came out for 3DS before it came over to consoles. So I'm pretty sure Shinji Mikami had something to do with that, at least.
And that was actually pretty... I played that one for the 3DS. That was actually pretty fun for a handheld version.
Yeah, of course. Now now, sorry about that, guys. Now everybody's trying to get a hold of me. I remember playing it for PS3, and I'm just like, this is really well done. Like, I really liked it. Especially the quote unquote mercenaries that you had, if you even wanted to call it mercenaries. That was even fun. Trying to think what else that we could talk about. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to add?
Great game, go buy it, kids.
Go buy it.
Your money.
Yes, go support the horror Godfather, Shinji Mikami's project, Tango Gameworks. Go support it.
My part 2.
And hope that the Friday the 13th game comes out.
And hope that what?
Right.
The Friday the 13th game comes out.
Oh, the Friday the 13th game? It's coming out. It's just a matter of when.
Keep pushing it back. It's making me nervous.
But, I know what we can talk about in a minute. But, Matt.
Yes?
Actually, Crystal's got to go in a minute. Anyway, but just real quick, Crystal, and then I'll let you go, I promise. But, did you hear that Bethesda was talking possibly about The Evil Within 2 because the first one did so well? Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Yeah.
I hope they do.
Yeah, there's a possibility in the near future that we could possibly see The Evil Within 2.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. But yeah, if you guys had to rate Evil Within from like 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
I'm biased. I want to say 10, but that's me being biased because I really like the game. For a game overall, I'd probably give it a 9.8.
Yeah.
Because there are some things that probably could have changed or done differently. But like I said, me being biased, I don't see it. But for that game, I give it a 9.8.
I'm gonna have to give it a 10, me being biased too, but in overall, I would say 9.5.
Yeah, same. I'll probably give it a 10, but probably 9.8, 9.7-ish.
We're also biased towards this game.
Right.
It's just a good game.
So what do you think of the main character story in Evil Within? What do you think of that?
What?
Especially, well, Matt, you wouldn't really know too much either of what I'm gonna say to you, but I even like Crystal when you're playing the DLC, when your partner first meets the main character, and then you learn about like his family and why he had the drinking problem. I actually thought that was actually cool.
I did.
They told a backstory of why. Wow, what was it? It's not Isaac. I don't think. Sebastian. That's all I remember about his name.
Sebastian.
Yeah. I just remember Sebastian had a drinking problem. And it's a very good understanding why he had a drinking problem from what he went through as well. So, yeah.
I mean, they really got you involved with the characters. Like, they told you stories. The only one that really didn't have a story was the other guy.
Yeah, I know who you mean, the dumbass. I just can't think of his name.
Yeah. He's the only one. I kind of wish they had a DLC for him, just to give a little more backstory on him. But, I mean, Kidman's backstory was really good, because you had no idea, like, behind the scenes, what was going on. And then when you play your DLC, you're like, whoa, she's pretty much playing for the other team. She's, like, undercover. Spoiler.
Well,
100 years if you don't want to hear that.
Well, I think there was a little bit of his story, but not as much, which I will agree with that. There should have been at least one DLC with him. But I do remember in Kid DLC, you actually had to verse dumbass. Spoiler alert again, but that was interesting how they did that, because I think it was because that guy was going to rat on Kid, because I think Dumbass actually ended up figuring out what was going on with Kid.
She was.
Yeah. But that's...
Like, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite storyline, though, like, backstory, besides Rubik's, was the Keeper's DLC. Because this whole time I'm thinking, alright, this is one of Rubik's creations. The chest, I always thought, like, the chest was, like, how he locked his secrets or whatever. That kept his deepest, darkest secrets, and that was what created the Keeper, and then you play the Keeper's DLC, and you see who the Keeper is.
Right.
So I thought that was really cool. And you read all the files, and it tells you who you're going to fight, and this and that. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, speaking of files, what do you think of the missing people flyers?
That was pretty interesting.
Yep. I don't want to say too much about one, but that final missing person one, that was cool how they did that. If anybody remembered the final missing person one.
I remember some of them. I don't know if I remember the last one, but I remember some of them. I just thought it was interesting that they had like the missing files and stuff, though.
If you remembered it, well, it was the person who helped you along the way, if I may say. If that helped you guys at all. It's a person that helped you along the way, kind of. No?
Was it a female?
It was a female.
I think I knew who it was. I'm not going to say it, though. But I think I knew who it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll message you in a minute, Crystal, to see if you were right. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting when you see the final missing person. It's just like, really? Like, that was interesting. Yeah, Matt, since we haven't really talked to you, because Crystal, don't you gotta go? I don't know how much longer you have.
I do. I do have to leave. It is, yeah, I got to go.
All right,
I
Crystal.
gotta go pick up my.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's important. But it was nice chatting with you. We'll have to have you on again.
Fun. We definitely have to talk more horror soon.
Hell yes. Yeah, we'll get you. We'll have to do like an off-season, off-episode thing like I'm doing. That way, it gives me something to do, and then we can talk about our horror.
Talk about Until Dawn next time. Until Dawn's a pretty good game too.
Oh my god, I'm actually waiting. Oh man, in that case, you're gonna have to be added to the conversation now too, and Matt. Oh man, that's gonna make 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have 5 people, including me, talking about that game. That's gonna be a fun.
Woo! Party.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so fun. And yes, I'm probably gonna be drinking that episode because it's gonna be a lot of fun talking about that game. I already know that. But yeah, so one more time, Crystal, before you leave, just let us know who you are and how we can find you on Twitch.
I am Crystal. You can find me on Twitch as Cristela Lovebello. It's CHRYSTLO_Lovebello. LOVEBELLO. Just come watch my videos, watch me get mad and cuss at things and get scared. It's always fun. So, I'm always on Sundays and Mondays until my schedule changes. So,
yep.
Come watch me.
And then if you do happen to follow her, just let her know that you heard it from this podcast even, if you want to. So that would be nice and fun.
I would totally give you a shout out and kudos on Twitch if you let me know.
Damn right. All right, Crystal. I don't want to keep you any longer.
Bye, guys.
Have fun.
See you later.
Later.
All right, Matt. And just to help finish up the episode here, we'll have you talk about who you are and do you stream kind of thing, and if so, how people can find you. So I'm gonna let you take the mic now.
All right, my name's Matt. You can find me at YouTube. It's Gaming Hours, all capitals, and yeah, I do that on a daily basis pretty much. So hit me up there, and yeah, I don't do Twitch yet. I want to do it though.
Well, what type of games do you like to stream or record?
I record pretty much all the AAA games that come out, but recently I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 7.
So we'll talk about that for like a couple minutes. But what was your take on Resident Evil 7? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
I liked it. There's times that I didn't like it, but it was just because of my fault. It wasn't something the game was doing. It did take getting used to though, because I'm used to all the original Resident Evils. So that was
like you mean original, like you're so used to it being third person and not first person. Like, is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So how did you like that though? The first person turn. How did you like that?
Once you get used to it, I didn't mind it.
Now,
plus I played it in VR and.
Oh. Speaking of VR, so how would you prefer VR over regular edition, we'll just say?
If you could afford it, yes. But I know it's expensive, so I wouldn't. Even though it's fun playing it through your TV, it's really cool playing it through the VR. So if you can find somebody that has it, I recommend trying it at least once.
Now, you were telling me there is actually a difference between the VR and just doing it on the TV. Do you remember what that was? Was it the aiming, was it?
Yeah, you can shoot a little better because you can aim with your head, and then you can actually you can look around at papers that you can't normally read on the screen. So you can actually like lean your head forward and you can read like text on the wall and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Was there anything that you really didn't like about the game? Or I shouldn't say really didn't like, but you know, that you found like could have not been in the game?
There was a few things, but I'll have to like think for a second what they were. So maybe next time I'm on the show, I could bring them up.
Definitely, because I definitely know we'll have to do a show just on Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. As me being a fan of the original Resident Evil, I kind of find it to be very different. I did like the idea of first person. I like that they went a whole new different way to try out to help bring back Resident Evil, to help revive it, I should say. But I just think I just think they failed for me, for like my taste, because Matt, as you know, you helped me platinum the game because I just couldn't bear to just do it. I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm just so used to. Well, one thing I'll just say real quick, and then I'll let you take it back. But one thing that really frustrates me is first-person games. Okay, I'm kind of used with Call of Duty. Yes, I used to play it. My last game was Call of Duty Ghosts. None of this futuristic bullshit. Get that shit away from me. If I want to play Halo, I'll go fucking play Halo. If I want to play Destiny, I'll fucking go play Destiny. But I don't. So, I just want to throw that out real quick. But anyway, what I want to say real quick is I hate the aiming of Resident Evil 7. I like the fact that, like Call of Duty, where you can actually bring the gun to the middle of your screen to know exactly where you're aiming. Not this fucking, oh, I'm gonna aim, but it's gonna be like a hip shot. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
But that's...
Yeah, it's kind of like what...
Go ahead.
It's kind of like how me and you were talking when I was doing the share play. It was... The aiming's already bad, so when we were share playing, I had to aim at people's chests because I couldn't aim at their heads.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was more the game than it was share play, because I've share play games before and I was fine.
Right.
So yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just so used to the original third-person stuff that I guess first-person kind of maybe killed it for me. But, I mean, I am playing it still, at least the DLCs. But, I mean, do I really like the game? It had its moments, I guess. But story-wise, I'm not too fond with it. But if I had to rate it, I would give it a 7 out of 10, I guess. That would be my rating.
Right.
What
yeah, mine would probably be an 8, even though I really like the game, but I've played better games already this year.
Right, which we'll probably have to talk more about that too. Yeah, I think that's really it for me that I want to talk about. Matt, is there anything you want to add real quick?
I loved the conversation we had here, and I hope to be back on your show.
And we'll definitely have to have you back on, especially with Crystal. And then that one day when we can all get together and talk about it until dawn, that's going to be one hell of a podcast. Holy crap. I can already tell.
To put this out here, I'm a shy person, so me actually doing this is making improvements.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be shy, but it took me a while to even do something like this myself. So as time goes on, as long as you got certain people doing things with you, that's what matters, I guess. Because remember, I'm only doing this for fun. This is just a new hobby of mine that I just would like to do. Because, I mean, I know how a lot of people, if you state your opinion, you get slammed for it. Well, I'm going to just say, fuck you all. This is my opinion. And if you don't like it, I don't fucking care. So, there you go. Matt, I know you have the same attitude too, so, I mean, if you don't like a game, then you don't fucking like a game. If you love the game, then you love it. So.
Exactly. Me and you've had this, me and you had opinions that I felt differently, and you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And it's the same for comments on YouTube, so it's like...
Oh, man. So many trolls on the internet nowadays. So many.
Yeah.
But anyways,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, so, okay, so since we got a little bit of time here, Matt, have you experienced any fucking trolls on your YouTube?
Yeah, and most of the time they get auto-blocked anyways because of the spam, which is kind of funny.
Why? What do they do? Like, what do they do to spam to get blocked? Like, what do they do?
They swear and threaten, and then it blocks them automatically. So
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
yeah, so you will see hate comments on my YouTube, but most of them are positive, so it's pretty cool.
Well, that's nice. That's good to hear, Matt. I know when you first started YouTube, to my knowledge, you actually had a lot of problems with your videos, didn't you?
Copyright strikes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I just don't get it. Like, why would you get a copyright strike if you can record the gameplay? I don't understand it. I mean, you're pretty much not. You're trying to sell to other people in a way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're showing off the game, yet, like, you know, it's not like you're saying, oh, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of something now, but this is going to be completely made up and probably sounding stupid, but, you know, it's just like, oh yeah, dude, like we were just talking about with Evil Within, like, it's like me going and playing and being like, dude, I fucking love this game, and you would too. Go get it. No. Because how am I going to know if that person gets up and actually goes out and spends like $20 or 15, whatever it is now, and then they fucking hate it. Like, you know, kind of like you and me, Matt. Like, you play your Dark Souls game and I don't anymore.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. People have their opinions, and
that's just the way it is.
Can't care about some people's opinion.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that should wrap it up. So, yeah, I'll give Matt the mic one more time about how you can find him again. And I know we probably just heard it like 3 times now, but just for other people, go for it, Matt.
You can go to my YouTube channel. It's Gaming Hours, and it's all caps. And yeah, if you come over, tell me if you found me through Paul's channel.
Oh, through the podcast? Yeah. Which, by the way, my podcast is available on YouTube as well. I will be uploading each episode as they get recorded. So you don't even have to listen to it on Podbean. If you want to, you can just scroll on over to YouTube, because they will be there. And they will be under my YouTube channel called Devil Thunder HC, which used to be my gaming account, but now I don't really do it that much. It's more like every now and then, I guess. But I'm trying to make it do a comeback with this podcast, so you can go to youtube.com Devil Thunder HC, and you will find it. And once again, thank you, Matt, for being on here and chatting with me about the Evil Within.
No problem.
All right. Take care, guys.